Hi, thanks for giving us an opportunity to present this morning. I'm Larry Moss, Executive Director of Teaching Artists Rock, and one of the TAROC tech guys helping artists solve their stage and video tech issues. I'm also one of the teaching artists on the roster, although these days I spend most of my time helping others develop new programs and taking on more of an administrative role. Also today with us is Gretchen Anthony, the arts administrator, program coordinator, artist wrangler, and handler of just about everything else that goes on behind the scenes, from booking to grant writing. She's the person that generally you'll talk to when you call us to discuss programming. We're a very young organization. We got our start in 2017. And we're really just hitting our stride when the pandemic hit, causing us to reorganize and figure out a new direction. So the most common question we get is simply, what is a teaching artist? That's come up so often that rather than explain it again, we made a video that I think does a better job than I can with just a few words. Your most memorable learning experiences were probably those where you were fully engaged with the presenter in front of you. Teaching Artists Rock is all about connecting artists with schools, libraries, senior centers, homeschool pods, venues that can use new, unique, fun, and educational programs. We have teaching artists on our roster in a variety of disciplines, including music, dance, illustration, theater, and even some that are harder to categorize. As teaching artists, we share the skills and perspectives we have developed through years of dedication to our disciplines. We don't just teach our art, we teach a variety of subject areas using our art to engage our audiences. We connect students to all aspects of art and learning, whether it's in the classroom, on a stage, or at home over the internet. If you're a teacher, a librarian, a school administrator, a director at a senior center, or just someone looking for a unique program, take a look at our roster at teachingartistsrock.com. Now, as you saw from that video, we have a huge range of teaching artists that reach students from pre-K through high school, as well as offering programming for after-school activities and the community at large. A few of our artists work in higher education as well, working as adjuncts and associate professors. While we're a young organization, our artists represent many decades of experience as artists, entertainers, and educators. We have over 35 artists and ensembles on our roster right now, and we're growing to include as wide a variety as we can. Whether you're looking for entertainment or new ways to present subjects, from fun activities to STEM programs to difficult topics in the news, we're here to help. To give you a better introduction, I'm going to show a variety of clips. Some are directly related to STEM, others show the more well-rounded view that we have within the group. There obviously isn't time to play entire programs, so I'm going to just jump around a lot just to give you an idea of the range of talents and knowledge we have on our roster, starting with Almeda Whitus, offering a blending of music and culture, and frankly, I don't know of a better way to introduce you to our artists than with a welcome message from Almeda.
Funga lafia, ashe ashe. Funga lafia, ashe ashe. Funga lafia, ashe ashe. Funga lafia, ashe ashe. Ashe ashe, ashe ashe. Ashe ashe, ashe ashe. Ashe ashe, ashe ashe. Ashe ashe, ashe ashe. Funga lafia, ashe ashe. Funga lafia, ashe ashe. Funga lafia, ashe ashe. Funga lafia, ashe ashe. Funga alafia. It is a different language than English. It's the Yoruba language spoken by the Yoruba people who live in southwest Nigeria. Funga alafia is a song of welcome. It's a song that...
Music is a fantastic way of teaching history and culture. For example, by getting students to sing the history lesson we want them to go home with, And I'll play pieces now from two videos here. One showing Ted Canning doing a music history lesson, and then after that, one where he teaches his instrument, the pan drum.
A long time ago, not so far away, there were many, many people on the island of Trinidad. Now when I sing that line that goes, on the island of Trinidad, I want you all to sing it back to me like an echo. You can do that, right? Let's try it. On the island of Trinidad. Are you singing? I couldn't hear it. Oh no, I'm not supposed to. We'll try it again. Now make sure you're singing.
Now, Ted goes a bit further into the history and culture of his instrument, including an explanation of the pan drums coming out of the enslavement of the indigenous peoples of Trinidad and the need for expression of their culture. Often that intro leads then to Ted doing the teaching of the drums themselves.
Hello, welcome. I'm Ted Canning, and I am going to demonstrate the steel drums, also known as steel pans. I'm going to have people playing because I'm not going to play these all by myself. It's a lot more fun when I have other people play with me. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Try that. 2. Go ahead. 2. Keep it going. You're going to play these two notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. Go ahead. Nice and gentle. That's beautiful. These two. 1, 2, 3, 1. This one here. That's it. 1, 2.
All right, now there's more to teach in schools than just history and culture. STEAM programming is heavily in demand, as we all know. So I'm going to show bits of Derek Taylor now working with Ted Canning, combining math and music. We have a lot of artists doing a lot of programming.
So you're thinking of trying to use math to understand music. But when I think of music and I think of that chord, that combination of notes, I think as a musician in terms of what we call intervals between the different notes, from low notes to high notes. How are we going to connect it?
So the question that I've got is, what ways can we use numbers to understand characteristics of each note?
Let's start with a bunch of virtual pipes. We know that halving the length of one will make the sound you get from it go up an octave. The way we say this in mathematics is that its length is being divided by 2. What we want to do is to build a pleasant sounding chord between these high and low notes here. But how? Well, let's think about this like a mathematician. That is, let's try to make a pattern. We started by dividing by 2. So what if we divided by 3 or 4 or 5? Cool. We could definitely cut these pipes and see what it sounds like. But there's one little wrinkle I want to work out first. Remember, we want to find notes between the high and low notes. The pipes we just made will be too short. Let's fix them one at a time, starting with the 1/3 pipe.
And I'm going to end the presentation with just a few more shots of some of our artists that work in schools and rec centers, so you can see the joy on the kids' faces, and we'll come back and hopefully answer a bunch of your questions. All right, so obviously I'd love to let things play a lot longer. I'd love to show you more of our artists. We have STEM programs including health and wellness. We have paper airplanes and how they work with physics and aerodynamics. I personally do a show where I build a working Rube Goldberg mousetrap out of balloons for the kids. We cover as many different topics as we can. We cover as many topics as are thrown at us, and our artists have an opportunity to develop. And I'd love now to answer questions and hear from you what things you'd like. I'll also point out that a lot of the videos you saw, these are samples that obviously were done in the studio so that we had samples to show. We have things that we can do online as well as things that we do in the classroom live, hands-on with the kids. And that's it. Thank you so much.